Welcome, chemistry students. So in this video, I'm going to go over a couple of nomenclature examples. They are specifically on the ketone functional group, and from a worksheet actually on ketones and aldehydes assigned. Now answering these two questions based on questions that students have brought forth. So let's start. Now question 11 is admittedly a bit more challenging than question 12, but we'll begin with 11. Now you're always looking for your highest priority functional group. In this case, it is its carbonyl group. So we have an alkyl group to compare it to, and also an alcohol functional group or hydroxyl group here. Now, in our list of priorities, the carbonyl is highest priority. So this then has to be part of the parent, the longest possible continuous parent, which in this case is cyclic, and that is this 6-carbon ring right here. So we're going to start numbering, and we're going to number so that this carbon is carbon 1, since it is highest priority. So 1, and I'm going to continue here to the left, numbering counterclockwise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I don't go clockwise because that would give this carbon here a greater number than 3. I believe it would be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we choose a lower numbering system. Now here we have a complex branch, and we know it's a complex branch because it has this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 5-carbon pentyl branch. Now on the 1, 2, 3, on the third, might as well number the branch, the main branch, if you will. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Off that third carbon, we have a hydroxyl end or hydroxy end, the alcohol group, which is not defining, not high priority, not highest priority. So we are going to call it by its hydroxyl name. Okay, so I'm going to start writing things out, analyzing the structure, and I'll put it all together in a final answer. So the parent again is the cyclic structure here, which is cyclohexane, and then the ending, because of this carbonyl, hexanone. Now we could say 1 cyclohexanone, but when 1 is not written, it's implied, so I'll leave that here, but we don't actually have to write this at the end, or even now for that matter. Okay, analysis continues. Off of our third carbon, we have this complex branch. So off of the third carbon on this parent cyclic group, we have a pentyl. Now, this pentyl, off its third carbon, we have a hydroxy. So we're going to write 3 hydroxy. That's the branch here off of the main branch, where the main branch is pentyl. So 3-hydroxypentyl. Now to bring these together, remembering that this is a complex branch, we have to write our final answer, final name a certain way. So this complex branch, this whole complex branch, that exists off of the third carbon right here. So we have to say, write that locant. Third carbon, open bracket, 3-hydroxypentyl, close bracket. Then we write the parent. Now, I'm not going to include this one, but you can. Cyclohexanone, and there's your answer. 3 open bracket, 3-hydroxypentyl close bracket, cyclohexanone. All right, that's the answer to question 11. Okay, now question 12. Right, so we're again looking for the highest priority functional group, which in this case again is a non-terminal carbonyl, making this a ketone, and the longest continuous chain is this chain going along here, and it seems pretty clear. I'm going to start numbering it from the left-hand side. That'll give me the lowest possible number for this carbonyl group. So it's a 6-carbon chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And off of my second carbon, we have that carbonyl, which is then going to define this as a ketone. So let's just write this down. Our analysis can begin right away before we get to this branch, to this alkyl branch here. So it'll be 2-hexanone, right? Where off of our first carbon, we have an alkyl group. This is a cyclic pentyl group. So off of our first carbon, we have a cyclohexanone. cyclopentyl. Okay, now if we put all this together, we should say it's 1 cyclopentyl. We do have to say where that is. Again, because, well, actually, since this is on the first carbon, it can be implied that it is off the first carbon, so you have the option of writing the 1 or not. This time we'll do that, and we'll say 1 cyclopentyl, 2 hexanone is our final answer. Right, hope that helped.